from New York City to the middle of the woods in Poland for a theater festival, and I have just about 36 hours to do it.
Oh my god, is this plane gonna take off?
Just a guess. I thought we were like family.
Well, here in Lublin, out here in Lublin, he's gone. I have to go back to work because we're in the middle of opening night, technically.
Heard this beat in my dream.
It was opening night of our play, and I'm about to make two very fatal mistakes. The first was wearing pink underwear. The second was leaving that stool and that prop on stage, because in about 20 seconds, in complete darkness, Danielle will bounce off that wall and come running through the middle of that stage. To get to this point, I have to take you back.
You've gotta come back with me!
Where?
Back to the future!
How you feel, Charlie? How you feel right now?
In this moment, I feel like I've been making theater for 2 weeks straight, which is like nothing more.
More than 2 weeks.
Which is like nothing more than I want in my life, and I'm so blessed to do it. But I am extremely tired.
Why?
Because I was working hard.
What happened last night?
We stayed up until 6 o'clock in the morning, listening to Polish folk songs in a cabin. Oh, actually not here. Before this point, when we had just arrived to Gardzanice. Before, when Danielle had to explain our play to a master violinist, 3 incredible actors, and eventually to this beautiful Polish audience. Before we'd figured out the lights, the chalk, or even the chicken. Back to our very first day, when we were deciding our sound cues in a garden next to that juggler.
Yeah, so when I sing in the lab, translate what I say, okay? In Polish. Are you ready? Okay. It's a chicken crossing the stage.
Polish, Polish, Polish.
Amazing, right? Theater. It's over. I don't know where you're going with this interview. This is for the campaign? I'm confused.
You see, we needed help because you can't make a play alone. We needed actors, musicians, a lighting designer. But how do we even explain Jowo?
Yeah. And how is it? What is the play? What is it called?
Jowo. Jowo.
Jowo.
It means white man in African.
Yeah.
Jowo. And it's written by Robert Lyons. A really important.
Who?
Robert Lyons is a really important. He's a director of the New Higher Theater.
Yeah.
And we were doing a residency there for 2 years. And he wrote this specifically for my company, for me, this monologue. And now we're doing a longer version.
Yeah. So it's an African theme or a race?
He was in Africa in a voodoo festival, and then I told him to write something inspired by Loki in Waiting for Godot. It's a ranting, like changing thoughts. So and also, I'm from an island, so we're dealing a lot with the decolonize your body and the movement. I can send you the text if you want to read it as well.
So after a day of explaining our show, creating our team, building our space, sweeping the walls, eventually I got to sit down with Danielle and check in.
And then, should I look at the lens or you?
You can do either.
Okay, I'm doing both, I don't know. And then...
Actually, neither.
Great.
How's your day been?
Good. Figuring things out, avoiding people getting stressed. My job was to, let's relax, let's enjoy the process. Making the actors, the new group from Gardzanice, to feel comfortable in the equation. That was also a big step, understanding where they're coming from, their bodies, what they can offer, and listening, and at the same time making clear when are they in, when are they done. So a lot of diplomacy and negotiation today. And
any hopes for tomorrow?
To be able to have the show running, have the lights, have the sound. The actors, I feel very comfortable that I can run it more relaxed with the text, that you feel comfortable.
Rock and roll.
And also that people get inspired by the piece. I mean, they're excited by the end of the day.
Just like that, we had arrived to opening night, and there was no going back. The chalk had been set. Daniel had done his push-ups, and there were 200 people waiting to enter the space. And as the lights went down, and I presented the ceremonial chalk smashing, only one thing was going through my mind. We had worked so hard for this moment. This exact moment. Don't mess this up. So we pick up exactly where we left off. Danielle, in darkness, bounces off the wall, comes sprinting onto stage, and...
The shopkeeper across the road stripped the sand of her dirt soup with the sand drive metal sheets into my soft, scald sand dunes.
He dodges that stool like the modern-day theatrical badass he is. And my boy goes on to summon the spirit of Dionysus in front of this Polish crowd who, ultimately, probably don't know exactly what he's saying. But that doesn't matter because the theater that Daniel Irizarry makes is a feast for the senses. You can be deaf, Welsh, or Republican, and you will still find a flavor in our show that will provoke you. Theater is a live event, baby, and there is nothing better. You see, the value of art comes not from its financial potential, but its inherent beauty. Its power to provoke and make you feel alive again, even if it's only for a moment, inside of a theater, in the middle of the woods, somewhere in Poland. So I'm not really thinking right now about the long walk, or that it rained, or that I have nowhere to sleep tonight. Alright. And just like that, we traveled to here in Camagüey, Cuba. I'm so tired. And man, did it go so bad. So it's currently almost 4 o'clock in the morning. The flight's not till 10. And I'm trying to go to sleep. Why this plant?